It was Anna's first night shift at St. Mary's Hospital, a place known for its long history, its massive halls, and its endless corridors that seemed older than the city itself. Rain poured outside, drumming against the windows, making the night feel colder and emptier than usual. Most of the staff had gone home, leaving only a handful of nurses, a janitor, and one tired doctor covering the emergency floor. Anna, nervous but determined, sat at the nurses' station. She had heard rumors before she took this job. Every hospital had its stories. Patients who died and never left, whispers in the halls, shadows in the corners of your vision. But here, the stories were darker. They spoke of a doctor who never left the East Wing, a man who performed surgeries long after his license was revoked, long after his death. They called him the Ghost Doctor. The East Wing had been closed for years. Some said because of asbestos, some said because of budget cuts. But the nurses who had worked there long ago whispered another truth. Patients went in for surgery and never came out. Their names were erased from the records, but their screams still echoed in the walls. And the doctor who operated on them was said to still walk those abandoned corridors. Anna didn't believe in ghosts, not really. But as the night stretched on, strange things began to happen. At 1:13 a.m., she heard it, the faint squeak of wheels. She looked down the hallway and saw an empty wheelchair rolling slowly on its own, as if pushed by invisible hands. She stood, heart racing, but the janitor just shrugged. "This place is old, drafts, bad floors, that's all." But Anna wasn't convinced. Later, she passed the East Wing doors. They were chained shut, a heavy lock across them, warning signs plastered in red letters, "Do not enter." Yet, through the tiny window, she swore she saw the glow of a light flickering inside. She leaned closer, and that's when she heard it. A low male voice, calm, steady, like a surgeon speaking to a patient. "Don't worry, this won't hurt a bit." She jumped back, but no one else heard it. At 2 a.m., the emergency room was quiet, too quiet. Anna took a round through the halls, her shoes echoing against the tile. She passed a darkened operating theater, unused for years. Yet, inside, the monitors flickered to life, flat lines turning into steady beeps. She froze, watching as the heart rate monitor showed a rhythm. Someone, or something, was alive in that room. The door creaked open by itself. Against her better judgment, Anna stepped inside. The room smelled of bleach and rust, and in the corner stood an operating table. She swore she saw fresh blood dripping down its sides. She blinked, and the blood was gone. Only rust remained. That's when she heard the footsteps. Slow, deliberate. A man in a white coat stepped out of the shadows. His face was gaunt, his eyes hollow, his hands gloved in surgical latex. In one hand, he held a scalpel that gleamed under the dim light. "Dr. Holloway," Anna whispered without thinking. The name had come from nowhere, as if someone had spoken it into her ear. The doctor smiled, though his lips never quite closed. "It's time for your procedure." Anna stumbled back, her chest tight. "You're not real," she whispered. The doctor tilted his head, like a predator studying prey. "Reality is just a matter of perspective." Suddenly, the lights above flickered violently, and the room filled with the metallic stench of blood. She saw bodies on the tables, patients with hollow eyes, silent mouths stretched open as if screaming, Their hands reached toward her, begging for help. Anna ran. The hallway twisted around her, longer than it should have been. Doors slammed on their own. The intercom system crackled with static. Then a voice whispered through the speakers. Code Blue, Room 313. Dr. Holloway to Room 313. Her blood ran cold. Room 313, the cursed room of the East Wing. Against her will, her feet carried her there. The door creaked open, and she saw it. An operating room untouched by time. Instruments gleamed, sharp and ready. On the table lay a patient covered with a sheet. She approached slowly, her hands trembling. The sheet slipped away, and she saw her own face staring back at her. Pale, lifeless, eyes wide open. The ghost doctor stood beside the table. He raised the scalpel and leaned close. I told you, this won't hurt a bit. Anna screamed. The lights exploded, glass raining down. Darkness swallowed her whole. When she opened her eyes, she was back at the nurses' station. Morning light streamed through the windows. Her co-workers bustled around her as if nothing had happened. She rubbed her temples, convinced it was a nightmare. But then she noticed the scalpel on the desk in front of her. Fresh blood dripped from its edge. And from the East Wing, she heard a calm, steady voice call her. The ghost doctor had chosen his next patient.